Right, so it looks as though we are live, according to YouTube or the Hangouts or whatever, but it's going to take a second for you guys to catch up, I guess. I guess this first stream will be sort of modeled off of Hiko's stream since he's usually who I watch. So I guess I'll go through and see. In the comments, it's all the usual suspects. Really, really awesome to have all you guys here. Posey, Roz, Bakagaijin's here, which is really cool. Bakagaijin just did the channel's new channel art, which is really really cool. And so if you want to see the channel art, you can actually go check it out on the Jake Knowlton's here. You can go check it out on the channel itself. Really cool of him to do it. So let's see who else is in the comments. Roz is here, as I said. Got Travis Moore, the bass master. Dude Jericho, always good having you around. And I think that's everybody who's currently in the room. Keep an eye on the comments, guys. So I feel like the best way to start this off actually is to say "ow" because there was talk of Teletubbies in the comments really early on. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I will leave it to you to decide. Before we really, Sean Bro's here now, which is awesome. Always good to see Sean. Yeah, I definitely like kicked Jake Knowlton out of his apartment for sure. It's funny to see his videos because I think he's actually in like a slightly more updated version of the Leo Palace apartments than I am. At least from what I can tell from his videos, like his monitor back there looks a lot newer than mine does, but whatever. Jake gets all the cool things, including the sweet UK accent. So before we really dive into it, guys, I feel like the most appropriate thing to do, considering where we are, is to sort of have a toast. I know this is a little cheesy, and I apologize for that, but to have a toast to all of the J-vloggers who sort of inspired me / promoted this channel and got us to the point where we could do a live show, where I could do a live show confidently, where I thought I would have enough viewers to have it going. So this really crappy Suntory whiskey, this is like $10 for a bottle. Yeah, this is for... Ooh, Lisa sometimes. Hello, awesome to see you. This is for Victor. Give me a break, man. Give me a flake, man. For Rachel and June, Hiko Simon, Jake Knowlton, who like is really pushing me actually in like my fitness goals, which is really cool. And those are the J vloggers that really inspired me to get started. And then of course there's countless others, like people that's Degajin now, who inspire me to keep going. And then there's all of you guys who, like Posey May, for example, your videos, like your crafting videos, like they always make me want to make something, right? And then Travis and everybody else, all you guys who make videos, who inspire me in your own way, or you promote my videos and stuff like that, it's awesome. So here's to you. My nose is a little cheesy, and I apologize for that. Did I say that? Anyway, so cheers, guys. Here's to that. I mean, you can't go wrong for 1,000 yen for a bottle, but at the same time, paint thinner. Okay, so let's see. Before we dive into the Q&A, I guess. Yeah, Sean, bro, really cool to see you. Jake Knowlton working on his guns. His really impressive man muscles that he's built up, certainly. Ganpai Raz. Alcamedo, really cool to see you in the comments. John Piper, awesome to see you. Lisa, so cool to see you. It's been really cool to follow your journey as you sort of built up and found your place here in Japan. So awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, dude, if there's something you're passionate about, definitely the feels. Definitely make videos. So the last thing I want is for awkward pauses in the stream, I guess. You said I know, not my nose, but it's, oh, well, my nose is a little funnier, and it paints me as a drunk, so let's go with that. Um, so yeah, guys, I guess what I'd like to do is to start out the Q&A session, because we never really got to have one when we hit 75 or 50 subscribers, whatever it was. So yeah, if there's anything, pretty much what I said before, like if there's anything you want to know about moving here or getting a job here, or about me or whatever, you know. Oh, Jake has, oh, Lisi's here, awesome. Jake has a security box that lucky mofo. What is a security box? Like a little safe or something like that? Yeah, it's so awesome to have all you guys who I've been like the after parties. All of you guys are here, and it's like it's warming the cockles of my heart. So oh right, Lucas, where is him? Also, Roz, mango is not like isn't slang we use in the States, so I had to look it up the other day on like Urban Dictionary to find out what that was all about. But no, it's like basic, right? Like mango's like basic. Easy, darling. Hub, hub, hub. That's my Winston Churchill impression. Don't lie, it's the best ever. Jake, Jake, we don't have Leo Palace security. Maybe it's because that's so funny. That's so funny because I think we're both in really rural areas. Ah, Lucas is here, the subcockle. Yeah. Yeah, we're both in really rural areas, so I can't imagine anybody would respond too quickly if I called and was like, "Oh man, there's like yakuza in my apartment tearing shit apart," you know? I feel like at best I'd maybe get like a security guard from the mall across the street, and they just be like, "Well, that's too bad," and they wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Lucas in the house. Also, it's not like mango isn't like readily accepted or common UK slang is what I'm getting, or like that part of. What am I doing for New Year's, Lisi? Tomorrow, actually, my host brother is picking me up on his way up from Osaka to go to Nagoya. So I'm going to Nagoya to spend the holiday with my host family. So I imagine we'll go to like the temples and we'll make matcha. Not matcha. That's a different thing. What is that? What is that stuff called? Machi? Yeah, machi. Machi in like the stone bowl. You take like a giant hammer and you hit really sweet rice, and then you have to fold it all together and stuff. So that doesn't really answer the question. But yeah, so after you do that, then you pretty much sit around with your family. You drink a bit. You eat special New Year's food, and then we'll go to the temples and stuff like that. So I'm a double mango. Okay. Mango is like Ra's original. If Yak showed up to my place, I would be like, "Ora!" Awesome, Pose. That's really cool. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, the exercise thing, like, as I said, Jake Knowlton, who is in our comments right now, and you should go check out his channel if you don't already. Yeah, he's actually really inspired me. And since I've been here, whether because I'm like constantly food deprived because I'm trying to save money, or because I'm running a lot and whatnot, like I'm down almost 20 pounds, which is really cool. But I'm gonna need to buy clothes soon, so that's unfortunate, that part, because the spending money thing. So Roz is King Mango. That's not nice. That's not nice, guys. Let's all be friends in the comments, you know? How about that? KTD. Yeah, I mean, yeah, as Jake said, check out his channel or else, because now he's got the guns to like back it up. He'll just like take your skull and compress it to the point where you have terrible headaches / your brain implodes. You don't want to mess with that. Oh, Roman, what's up, man? Nice to see you. Triple deluxe. Googling now. I feel like should I know this? Should I know this? Oh, Kirby, solid. All right. Yeah, guys, that's actually one of the things I wanted to do. Eventually, is if there's a bunch of people who do 3DS who follow the channel, I thought it'd be really cool if we could find a common game and we can all play together sometime. Whether it's like Mario Kart, which I'm not the best at. I feel like Roz would like kick all of our asses, but it would totally be a good thing to do, I think. Alchemado, the good things to do in Sabae. Yeah, Jake, I saw those plum pants, man. More power to you. More power to you. You can pull them off, man. Like, go for it. It's got to go well with the red hair, right? It's not actually an insult, but it probably sounds like one. So, Alchemado, what are the things to do in Sabae? So, excuse me. Basically, Sabae grew up. Sabae is actually only became a city in the 50s, 1955, I think. But the town it was before, which I don't actually remember the name of, it grew up as a temple town. So it grew up around like a central temple, which I forget the name of too because I'm that guy. But basically, there's a lot of temples around here. I went to a different one today that's actually a multi-layered tomb underneath it. That's going to be our next travel log video, which I really hope you guys like those because those are sort of my passion. But so yeah, visit the different temples, check out. There's a lot of hiking around here because I haven't been able to show you yet because it's been so cloudy. But the whole city is surrounded by mountains, which is awesome. No, I meant like Posey. I meant he can like wear them well. I didn't mean like he can remove them. Just to clarify what I was saying. But yeah, the whole city is surrounded by mountains, so there's a lot of hiking. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, Posey, or not? Excuse me, Posey. It's a two-layer. It's a two-layer. It's a two-layer tomb, dude. There's multi-layer. So yeah, that'll be our next travel log. And beyond the temples, I mean, there's skiing, there's hiking, and there's actually there's one onsen deep in the mountains, which I haven't been able to get to yet. But yeah, so I mean, it's pretty much a lot of outdoorsy stuff, which I really, really love to do. That's the stuff I write about when I'm not making videos. I write travel pieces mostly. So, and then other than that, I mean, it's pretty ordinary stuff. I mean, yeah, go to the mall, eat some ramen, find other food places to eat. I really want to order some pizza, but it's just such a pain in the ass to have it delivered. It's literally double the price to have it delivered. Whatever you ordered, they double the price as your delivery fee. So, yeah, and I guess, I mean, then there's things you can do anywhere, like bowling and movies and stuff like that. So, but the specifically Sabae things are temples, I would say. Temples, hiking, and skiing, which, yeah, that was a really long way to say that, so apologies for that. Yeah, Roz had a really good idea. Two-layer tomb cake, Lucas. Actually, Jake, there's a pizza place here called Texas Hands. I don't know if it's more than like Fukui wide or not, but I can get a pizza for like $10, like a medium or large pizza. A large pizza I think is $12, but to have it delivered, like I said, is literally double. So it'll be $24 to have it delivered, and otherwise I have to take a train 25 minutes, the train, to get to the lower half of the city. And yeah, so it's just like I don't know which is the better option at this point. But yeah, I wonder, because you're in Gunma, and it sounded like you're in a pretty rural area, so maybe it's even worse for you, I guess. And yeah, Roz's idea was to do a show called yeah, it's called Texas Hands, Travis. And Rez's idea was to go and check out like the local used video game stores and do like a little series called Raiders of the Lost Cart for like the gamers out there, right? Where we find like really great games that you're not often able to find them in the States or outside of Japan, or they're old games that you don't really see much anymore, and sort of pick them up for really cheap, as is the way with places like Book Off and Hard Off. Hard Off is the worst name ever, for the record. Let's see. Have you started teaching yet? Is it a public school or an Eikaiwa? Lisa, yeah, I taught actually. I got here and I trained for 2 weeks, and then I taught for a single day at an Eikaiwa, which is it's where I'm employed for a year. And the Eikaiwa then goes on 2 weeks of paid vacation, which the paid vacation part I'm not going to complain about, right? But so I've taught a day. So actually I'll start teaching full time. I'll have my first week next week, which is like, I'm really excited about it because I've been planning these past couple of weeks. I've just had so much free time, which is why there have been so many videos. But yeah, the Eikaiwa thing is, I think it's pretty nice for me because the pay is good, and I like being the only foreigner at my school because it means, I guess the focus is on me. Not to say I'm like an attention whore, but I mean, I like having a lot of that pressure on me for the school to do well and stuff like that. So, yeah, Texas Hands is the name of it. Jake, what new foods have you tried since getting here? I don't know that I've tried anything actually new yet. I did try like the Country Mama like liquid cookie thing because Lisi had it first and was like, oh, you should at least try it. It wasn't great. But I mean, I've been here before, so a lot of the things I'm just sort of having again because I miss them so much, namely ramen, yakisoba. Actually, no, that's a lie. Today I tried this thing called Tyne Burger. It's a local, I guess it's like a local Fukui-wide chain, and it's like a burger inside a fat pancake. You'll see this in a video I'm putting out tomorrow, but it's like a pancake that's stuffed with like ham and mayonnaise and cheese and cucumber, I think. And actually, it doesn't sound very good, but it's really delicious because there's like a sweet savory thing going on, and it's really cheap, so can't go wrong there. Gosh, oldest business in the world is Japanese onsen. Is that older than prostitution? That makes me wonder. Not to go there, but pizza place 5 minutes. Medium pizza, 2,000 yen, Jake. That's crazy. I mean, does it have like oysters and like super expensive like gourmet pepperoni on it? Because I mean, that's the only way, or like prosciutto, right? There's prosciutto pizza. It's the only way I can imagine spending $20 for medium. That's nuts, dude. Oldest that is still running. Okay, Lucas, I see. Yeah, I got a really good deal on that 3DS Raz. Like really deal. Really deal. Really good deal. Oh, Raz, I'm so glad you liked the banner. Yeah, Baka Gaijin did a really good job on that, man. And it was, like I said, he was really cool about it. Yeah, Lisa, actually, the taiyaki, that dough, I think it was the same dough as was outside like that fake burger. So, Jake, if I find one of the liquid cookies at my Lawson, I'll save one for you when we meet up, and I'll bring one to you because I'm sure it's got to keep, right? There's so much shit in that it'll keep in a refrigerator. Also, sorry for the cursing. Strawberry cream, hotokeki. Miss the chicken chops back in the UK. Yeah, taiyaki, Lisa, that was my first experience when we were in Yokohama, and it was so good. And I wish I could find a place around here now, and maybe it would have been better if I could like quote Carl not quote him, but like paraphrase Carl Pilkington. My mouth is not working. Carl Pilkington. Maybe it's better to never experience anything new because then you'll miss it when you can't get it. That's what you've done to me with the taiyaki. Not that anybody should necessarily follow Carl Pilkington's life advice. Have I seen any other foreigners around? Dude, no. I saw a lot when I was in Yokohama meeting Lisi and Kontensai. But actually, this place, the only other foreigner I saw was the teacher who was at this school before I took over. And I mean, because literally where I am, we're an hour from the Sea of Japan, and so it's very rural, and there aren't very many people here at all. So which is good because it means, in essence, it means I have to speak Japanese, right? Which is awesome. I never want to come here. You should never go any place that speaks a different language and expect to speak English. And failing that, you should be forced to speak the local language, I think. Yeah, which Jake, I really liked your I really liked your interview in Japanese. Speaking of Japanese, Yamanashi. Is that the oldest one, Lucas? The one in Yamanashi? Jake, isn't Kontensai a really cool dude? Like he's a really chill guy, man. Like he's just, and his English, by the way, is fantastic. When Japanese fails, he's there. Roz, the hardest thing I've faced so far being in Japan. I think the really hard part is there's two things. There's two things, I guess. The first is I really miss my family because I'm very, very close to my younger brother. I think I've said this in my videos before. My younger brother's 10 years younger than me, and so I don't know. It was weird because I've lived at home for a while after college and things like that, and he and I made up for lost time because I was away at college. So I didn't get to see him grow up in a lot of ways. But I mean, we're close, and in some weird ways, we have a joke that we're the same person, but he's my clone from a different timeline. You know, so I think that's been the hardest part is sort of being away from him. So he's a really cool. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. Really cool young fellow who's about to go to college next year. So that's definitely been the hardest part, I think. My Japanese is about N4 level, Roman, if that means anything to you. So it's basically, I don't know. Jake Knowlton just took the N4 exam. I want to say it's just above beginner, maybe low intermediate or middle intermediate, something like that. Jake, I'd so love to meet Megwin. That guy just seems like a ball of energy. But yeah, about N4 Roman. Sometimes, I mean, I haven't taken the test in 2 years, so I don't know exactly. There are some things that I'm sure I'm missing from an N4 test, and some things I have from higher levels and blah blah blah, you know, stuff like that. So, but about an N4, I say. And yeah, Lisa, I mean, that's the best thing about being here, and I think that's the purpose of being here is to experience something new. And if I can speak English the entire time, it's like, you know, I'm gonna quit clicking that pen. That seems like it might annoy people. Yeah, Lisa, I'd be interested to hear like what your experience has been in Tokyo, where there's a lot more chance to sort of run into foreigners and people speaking English and stuff like that. Because literally my only experience with English here is when I'm teaching, or the other day when I filmed that shrine video. Yeah, the little girl I met at the shrine randomly was like, hello, and then that was it. So, or people will say a thank you sometimes when I let them cross the street ahead of me, or I stop in a store when it's busy and let them go ahead or something like that, and thank you, and then that's it, you know. Any plans to take the Jlpt? Yes. I'm currently N4 certified, so I would love to pass the N3. And I mean, I would love to keep going and eventually take the N1, but I mean, that's years of dedicated study, you know. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Jlpt over the summer, and I'm taking my graduate school exams in the spring because I want to go to graduate school in the States or in Japan in 2016. So we'll see. But yeah, definitely. So just studying for tests is pretty much my life when I'm not making videos or teaching, pretty much. 2.5 mangoes. I would watch that show. I would watch it every week. Starbucks. No, Jake, there's actually the nearest Starbucks is in the next city, is the prefectural capital, Fukui, and which sucks because it's like half an hour. But actually, I think I was actually inspired by you to go to the local coffee shop, and it's all staffed by like 25-year-olds or 20 to 25-year-old people, and then like the same age group goes to that coffee shop. So yeah, it was a really like your coffee shop idea that you talked about in some of your videos that really inspired me to go. And so I'm actually that's the number one way I'm making friends here now, is just going there and doing my lesson plans or studying Japanese, and then people just want to come up and talk. So yeah, um, but not quite Starbucks, but it's a lot cheaper, I imagine, than Starbucks. So yes, indeed. Roppongi. I want to go to Roppongi just to have Jiro sushi, or his son Jiro sushi, which is, I don't know what it is. Sushi. My tongue's getting a little weird. Yeah, it's. I was actually surprised because that mall is mostly like mid 30s people, and then all of the younger people crowd around the coffee shop. So yes, thank you for the suggestion. Really, thank you, because I was sort of dying. Yeah, the izakaya is such a boisterous place, Lisa. And I know you said you weren't sure if you wanted to head to yours yet, but I would say definitely go for it, because I don't know if you've had the same experience, but I'm more likely to speak Japanese without sort of thinking about it too much when I've been drinking. And so at an izakaya, I know you're drinking, you're having like really simple, delicious food like yakitori, for example. Um, and so it just sort of flows. And the conversation is easy, it's not serious, and it's I think maybe it's always stressful here when you're in a different place. Though I've only been here for a little less than a month, so I can't really say that with conviction, you know. But yeah, if you have a local izakaya that has, especially if they have like really cheap stuff, which usually the izakaya does do, or they have a happy hour, head there, you'll get some good conversation, I think. And Jake, I'm sure you're fine at your Starbucks. But is it true that I've heard that Starbucks here is like it's more of like a young women's gathering place? So I've heard that, but I don't know if that's true or not. And again, I don't have one here, so I can't really say from experience. That's right, the Dutch courage, Lisa. And dude, no, I haven't. Like I said, I haven't really had much trouble with anybody trying to speak English to me. My gaijin troubles are not that. People speak Japanese to me all the time here, which is awesome. And sometimes I'm looking at them like, that was really fast. What the hell did you say? But that's also good. Trial by fire type thing. But no, I mean, mostly the things I've had as a foreigner are people who see me coming and they stop. They're walking through a parking lot and they see me coming, and they stop, back up, and go around the other side of the car so they can avoid getting like close to me or running into me. Maybe it's running into me and they're just being polite, but it doesn't seem that way while it's happening, I guess. So all right, Roman, because you're from the Netherlands, right? Wear a dress. I've worn a dress before to support my transgendered friends, and it went over pretty well, actually. You know, um, I mean, I'm not gonna say I was like the sexiest man ever to wear a dress, which is a really awkward sentence to say, especially when something is being recorded. But yeah, it was okay. Unisex in Tokyo, okay. Yeah, Jake, maybe it's like a local thing for your place in Gunma, that it's more of a women's shop, like local culture. I don't know. Actually, Lucas, I haven't had much trouble. I'm trying to think how to say this without coming off as like a walking. How should I say? Well, as like a walking dick, effectively. But I mean, the women here seem to like my Japanese. Okay, I'll say it that way. Um, and as always, same as last time I was here, like all the friends I've made so far are female, which probably means I'm going to speak Japanese like a girl. And that's not meant to be a sexist thing, but in there's a definite difference between the way the type of Japanese women speak and the type of Japanese men speak. So Just to clarify, I'm not going on some sort of sexist rant or anything like that. Wow, there's mango trading happening in the comments. Why was I not offered any mango? Can you answer me that? Lucas. That is the second bow chicka wow wow I've heard in like the last day because people referencing porno music on my videos. So well done. We should get it to 3 out of 3 at some point here pretty soon. Right. The dress. I probably shouldn't have shared that, I feel like. No, Roman, I've actually had people say when I've been out and about or talking, actually at an izakaya when I've spoken, they said that's ona nihongo, you know, it's women's Japanese that you're speaking. And so I'm just like, I mean, I don't really care because it doesn't matter to me, but the fact that people keep saying it to you here, I think it's something you have to it's something you should address is from like a professional standpoint, because for example, I have to speak Japanese to my boss who doesn't speak any English, the owner of my school. So that's a pretty big deal, and I need to speak proper Japanese that a man should speak, which is kind of, in a lot of ways, it goes against things I believe in as far as a lot of things. We don't need to get into that, but yeah, Posey, you're definitely the one. You're definitely the one referencing that kind of music. It's true. But yeah, guys, if there are any other questions, I guess we could move on to like the holiday portion of the show. Sorry to portion it out, but it's the first one, so I thought maybe it'd be better to sort of keep a, you know, a definite, whatever the word is, segments, you know, segment the show a little bit. Or if there are any other questions, feel free to ask in the comments and we can keep on going. It doesn't matter to me. It don't matter to me. It's an old band, I think a UK band called Bread, if anybody knows of them. Maybe they're American, who knows? They speak English. They sing English. Yeah, cracking the whip. My indie whip. It's my Indiana Jones whip. Belongs in a museum. Posey May. You're a troublemaker from way back. But yeah, the thing I'd like to talk about, as I said, is actually the holidays over here. I think we talked a bit about Christmas over here, and we had a little back and forth in the. Oh dear, Lucas. Yeah, I forgot Lucas has that GIMP mask. All right, JK, cool, man. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Really cool to have you here. But yeah, so we've talked about Christmas over here. I think in the comments we've had a little bit of back and forth, talking about how Christmas is like a really big dating holiday. It's the biggest dating holiday. Sorry, responding in the comments. I can't do both at once. My brain doesn't have the power. It's a really big dating holiday over here, and I went out on Christmas with somebody, and that was cool. And pretty much the tiniest of Japanese people I found, my experience is that they can drink you under the table. So that was fun. Oh, Lisa, sorry, I didn't mean to ignore your question. Have I tried nonsen? I haven't tried nonsen on this trip. There's a sento, a artificial onsen, a man-made onsen, about a block from me. So I'm definitely going to try that out. But last time I was here, I tried it, and it was an awkward experience because I went with my friend accidentally. So, oh dear. Yeah, Alchemado. It's another one of those things I haven't done since I've been back here, karaoke, but I love it. I used to have a Japanese channel that I tried to start back up until I realized I wasn't going to be able to bring my guitar over here. And I used to do Japanese covers just because I love singing. I really love singing. So yeah, when I get a chance to go out to karaoke, it's It's one of my favorite things ever, especially if you're singing till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You've had way too much to drink. Your voice is gone. Like 2 of your 4 friends already passed out over here on the seat, right? Like those are some of my favorite times, I think, is karaoke here. So probably once I've been here a little longer, and now that I'm starting to make friends, I'll probably go quite a bit more. So really looking forward to that. I'm sure there'll be some kind of video from karaoke, if I can convince people to let me tape it. So I guess we'll see. So Posey's throwing erasers. Posey, I need you to sit down or you're going to get detention. So yeah. Excuse me. I'm dying very slowly, as are we all. So I'm going to wait for a second to see here if there are any more questions that pop up, and then we'll dive right into the holiday thing we started. Actually, I feel like before we dive into like another me rambling on about things, I feel like we should get more ideas from you guys. And I'm going to steal an idea from Shane and stuff. Shane Kinahan, the man, the myth, the legend, recently returned to the United States, and I would like to do a round of Would You Rather. So let's see the Would You Rather questions in the comments. Please and thank you. I guess, or just do it. Yeah, Posey, I feel like you should totally go to a karaoke place. I don't know if it's the same in the UK, but in the States, all the karaoke places are pretty much like bars that you just sing in front of all the drunk people in the bar. But I really like it over here how you can just rent a private room. So I don't know. As I said, I don't know if that's the same in the UK or not, but I like it a lot better over here, I think. Yeah, the D hat is a little weird, Roz. I don't actually have one of those. Nope, looks around, can't find one. Posey. The good thing, by the way, pro tip as they say, is you can sleep in a karaoke parlor for actually pretty cheap if you rent out the room. If you can't get into a love hotel for the night, okay, let's back this up. Sometimes if you miss the last train, you have to stay at a hotel, right? So you can either get a normal hotel room, which is the most expensive way to go. You can go stay in an internet cafe, which is a cheap way to go, or you can rent out like a love hotel, which is also cheap, but then you have to worry about bodily fluids on sheets. Or you can stay in a karaoke parlor, which is a really cool way. You can sing for a while, pass out, and then leave in the morning type thing. A little bit of FYI. How is this degrading into a dick conversation in the comments exactly? Oh dear. You're better than this. You are better than this, watchers of Charlie no Seikatsu's first live stream. The pub is where you sing here. I'm okay with it. I mean, after you have a few beers, I guess the pub itself is the same as going into a private room, isn't it? I can't find my Posey. You're crazy. I know just where it is. It just came across kind of creepy, didn't it? Yeah, Roz, I definitely will. Yeah, it's like the problem with Hard Off is that you'll spend a really long time in there, just sort of because the manga is so cheap. I picked up like Yu Yu Hakusho's first volume the other day there for like 100 yen, which is super cheap, right? And then the first couple volumes of Full Metal Alchemist, and altogether it was like 250, 300 yen, something like that. And the thing is, at Hard Off and used book places like that, you'll spend your entire day there just reading through, seeing if you like it a little bit enough to buy it. Then you go over to the used game section, right? and then you look for used DS games, used PlayStation games, or whatever. And once you move on there, then you go upstairs at the Hard Off, and you're like, okay, is there anything I need for my computer? Are there any? Do I need a new charger? Do I need a new whatever? And then upstairs too is there's guitars, there's uh, there's Blu-ray players, there's PlayStations, and then there's also like all the figurines and stuff are up there. And I don't even like One Piece. Yeah, dude, book Hard Off is book off, but there's a second level that's hardware, like guitars and PlayStations and stuff like that. And so you spend all day there. And like I said, I don't even like One Piece, but the other day at Hard Off they had a Yuffie is I think his name from One Piece. Not to say I dislike One Piece, rather I just don't follow it. But it was Yuffie from One Piece dressed in the Goku outfit, and I just wanted to buy it because it seemed like such an awesome fusion of things. And that's the problem with places like that, because there's so many things that you just feel you need to / want to spend your money on, and it gets really dangerous really really fast, unfortunately. So. See, I always worry about doing uncut videos, Roz, because I say a lot, which maybe you've noticed in the stream. And when I'm editing my videos, it always annoys the crap out of me because I go through like and then I lead directly into anything, so it annoys the crap out of me. Right, Luffy, okay. Yuffie is Yuffie is something else entirely, apparently. But yeah, so yeah, maybe I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try and see how you guys like it. I go there way too often because I think it's like 2 blocks that way. So I just walk up the river, across the bridge, and then I'm there. And it's really dangerous when you haven't gotten your paycheck yet, right? So, but yeah, that's where I get my DS games. And it's cool because I think I've told you, Roz, you can get DS games there for $22-24 if they're used, which is a great knockoff. So yes, MILF. There's tons of MILFs at the Hard Off. Oh no, Posey. I am well aware of how verbose I am. I'm a wordy bastard. It's annoying. You should see my writing. Well, my unedited writing, I guess I should say. But Travis, I love that idea. I will put that. Actually, I'll do that. I probably won't be able to go to Hard Off for the next couple days because of the new year and everything is closed from the 1st through the 4th. But maybe I could go tomorrow. But anyway, I'll definitely put an on my an counter on my videos. And yeah, I think that'd be a funny thing to sort of keep me aware of how many times I say and maybe it'll be a funny thing that won't make people be like, oh, this guy says so much. So awesome. Roz, yeah, actually, kick it hard off. There it is, people. Actually, I had planned to buy a bike, but this apartment came with a bike. Whoever the teacher is at my school, whoever has this apartment gets the bike, which is really neat. The thing is that because it's snowing here all the time, riding a bike is like a death trap. So for this season at least, I just walk everywhere, which is really good because it means I walk. I've been using my 3DS pedometer, right, with the street pass on it every day, and yeah, so I end up walking probably just about 2 miles a day at least. So yeah, but the bike in the spring, it's gonna be awesome because I'll get to work in like 5 minutes, so that's cool. The running total, I would have so many, Travis. There'd be 100 by the end of like the first. There'd be 3 videos, 100 yeah, Posey, that's my Tumblr, and then I actually have. I don't write under my Charlie no Seikatsu name. I write under what is called Words from the Road. And that has a Facebook page. And then there's also Words from the Road official .wordpress.com. Yeah, dude, I've been losing pounds like mad, man, which is awesome. So, and yeah, Posey, the running vlogs are going to come back once it's not cloudy and you guys can see the mountains, because otherwise I don't feel like it's showing you much. But maybe I'll do it anyway. So, and yeah, Raz, I've been getting not so much on my writing blog because it doesn't have the fan base or the followers, I guess is a better way to put it, as my YouTube channel does. But I mean, it gets enough, and so yeah, dude. For the new year, I will just edit together all the ums that I've left in my videos, and it probably will be at least 50 minutes for sure. Ah, yes, Travis, we can have an off. I'm glad you like the running blogs though, Posey, because I really like doing them. And even if they become like I thought they could become sort of like a Victor's, how Victor does the laundry videos, but I would do them either to the backdrop of running, or like the different paths up through the mountains and stuff like that, or have like an arcade video where we go to the arcade and the video itself is playing through arcade games, but then there's just a random chat as that's going on. But Ross, yes, I like the Mario coin idea. Swish site. Posey, forgive me, but is Swish good? Is Swish good? Auto tune it. Let's see. We'll do a. What is that guy's name who's always auto tuned? Oh my god. I don't remember his name. But he's terrible. It's on your street pass, man. Yeah, we'll do it. Charlie's dubstep running. Charlie's dubstep. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Lisa, I sort of got out of it for a while and gained some cheeks in the process. But I'm sure there has to be some really cool running shops in Tokyo because of how big the Tokyo Marathon is. And if ever you get down to Osaka is like a mecca for running. That's where Mizuno is based, if you're familiar with that brand. Okay, fancy. Yes, Swish is a good thing. I guess if fancy is a good thing. But yeah, if ever you go down to Osaka, there's a shop down there called Spotaka. And there's a statue of a runner in front of it. It's a bronze statue, and it's 10 floors of different workout swag, and one of the floors is devoted entirely to running, and it's got some really, really cool stuff. My younger brother, who's like a really awesome runner, I'm going to take him there when he comes over here in the summer. I'm going to fly him over in the summer, and we're going to explore the country, and that's going to be one of the first places we go. What? Roz, did somebody actually steal your bike? Because it wasn't me. Not that I'd admit to it anyway. Right. Okay then. I think we're in the clear to talk about holiday stuff. If not, we don't have to talk about holiday stuff. There's like other things we get to get into if there's something you guys want to talk about, but no reason to push my agenda on y'all. I am not a dictator. Let this be a democracy. For I am nothing if not a magnanimous God. Was it pretty common to have your bike stolen in the UK? Back in 2012, okay. Yeah, over here, the bike lock on the bike they gave me doesn't work, and it's just been sitting out on the street for, what have I been here now? A week and a half, almost 2 weeks, I guess. And yeah, no one's touched it, and I think that's the general way of it. Though I told my boss, I was like, or the owner of my school, who, yeah, de facto is my boss, I was like, yeah, it'll be fine because Japan is safe. And he's like, well, he didn't seem to take too kindly to that idea. So East London is the Mos Eisley of the UK. Right. So the holidays over here, we've talked about Christmas. I could go into Christmas a bit more, but basically, just to sum up, Christmas is a dating holiday over here. You eat delicious food, you go out and get drunk, you rent a love hotel, you make the babies, and then that's pretty much Christmas. And then maybe the next day on actual Christmas, because it's celebrated on the 24th, you get together with your family. So that's Christmas, to sum that up. But now tomorrow is the really, really big holiday over here, which I'm sort of excited for. As I said, I'm going to Nagoya to be with my host family, and pretty much the New Year over here is when you get together with your family and you eat a lot of food that you don't see literally the rest of the time, the rest of the year. Osechidori, as it's called. And you drink, you talk, you eat, and then at night you go to the temple, and or the shrine, as the case. Well, you go to both. You go to a shrine and then you go to a Buddhist temple. And generally there they have tea and they have miso soup with mochi in it, that sort of sticky rice cake. And then that sort of continues for the next 3 days, the first through the fourth, right? So you eat and you drink and you talk. You don't necessarily go to the temple or the shrine, but you spend time with family for 4 days. You make mochi. You cook together. You talk together. You get really drunk and feel terrible the next day together. But that's New Year's over here in a nutshell, I feel like. And it's not about romance. It's about family. And everybody goes home and goes back to wherever to their hometown, I should say, and gets together. And for me, I don't have a hometown here, and obviously to fly is a $1,500 journey. So it's really cool that I have my host family to go to. But how many Japanese kids were born 9 months after? So that's a good question. The majority of new babies. Let's just guess at that. But yeah, no, Posey, that's exactly how it is in the States. Like, New Year's is when you go out and drink too much and you bump uglies with people who you probably wouldn't normally. So, interesting to see how many similarities there are in the States, or between the States and the UK. And then there's so many differences too, which is really cool. So, Shadwell. I read that as Shagwell, Lisa. So that's something. I feel like if you were from Shagwell, you'd probably have something to live up to. Like, all the people there would have a standard to live up to that'd be kind of uncomfortable. But I was gonna ask, our commenters. Oh, Lisa's in the comments and Sean's in the comments, about like their experience with New Year's and Christmas. Because I guess most people in the comments are from the UK. So I guess I would love to hear if there's any differences between what I've said about Christmas in Japan and the UK, and also with Australia and New Zealand and stuff like that. Give me a little insight, fair watchers. Lucy, is New Zealand about getting drunk on the New Year or for Christmas? Like, you're like, hey, Santa's coming to town, let's have a drink. Right. It was an awesome drunk guy impression. Yes, very precious. Raz, I know that feel of working holidays on the grill, man. That's just not a good time. You want to be anywhere but there, and you're like boiling in your skin. I feel you, dude. I'm sorry about that. That grill. Sean, you say unremarkable. Is that like, are you giving a blanket statement to the holidays in Australia? Or are you talking about like, elaborate, my friend? Also, anyone else in the who's watching? You lurkers, you got 11 viewers right now. Now we have 10. That's fine. You're in Holland. Okay, yeah. So it seems like after Roman's comment, it seems like maybe most of the Western countries celebrate it much in the same way. It's more of a family get together, eating and buying presents and stuff like that. So that's cool to know. I was wondering if there's any major deviation, I guess, between them, but yeah, Lisa, right? It is super culture shock, and I think I was following Rachel and June's Twitter feed, and pretty much like June still had to work on Christmas. Like it doesn't seem like many places even bother to close over here on Christmas, um, except for the Eikaiwa places because their native teachers want to go home, you know. So, not legal to drink on a beach, Lacey. Like, what is this? Is this the Middle Ages? Yeah, that's right, dude. And I've seen sort of like a steady increase over the past few days since Christmas, I guess, of more and more people at the mall over there. Like I went over there today to get some groceries, and there were times when I couldn't move because it was so busy today. Of course, it's also the day before New Year's Eve, so I guess it's to be expected. People buying all their food and their booze and stuff to celebrate. So, oh, Roman, so you have like a 3-day celebration of Christmas. I would love that. I would really love that. I'd love a week-long celebration of Christmas, honestly. It's my favorite time of the year, so. Stinking hot Christmas. That'd be so weird. I guess I think it was Lisi who was saying before how weird it is to have like that image of the white Christmas sold around the world, you know? And coming from the UK where right now it's summer and it's like, you know, people hanging out on their surfboards and whatnot. I think she said Santa was on a surfboard. Is that right, Lacey? And I mean, I come from a place where it's very much the case that it's white, right? New York is without fail just, you know, under feet and feet of snow around this time of year. So it's kind of cool, kind of interesting to hear how there's places that are like my summer, I guess, my summer around the world. Yeah, Posey, Roman is a cool dude. He is a cool dude. Boxing Day. Yeah, that's something I don't think we have. Presents on the 25th. Yeah, that sounds really fun, Roman. Sounds like a cool time. Not that they go to your hip, they rent one or own one. Lucas, do you go out for karaoke a lot? Mm, we don't. I don't think we have a Boxing Day type thing over here. And actually, it seems pretty common. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Boxing Day sometimes is when you're sort of packing everything away, right? Like you're you're ending Christmas. That's what I've been led to believe from our Canadian neighbors to the north. Well, they're to the north when I'm home. But in the States, it's not uncommon to have all your Christmas stuff up until like February or even March. Maybe just because we're lazy. I think that's probably the most common reason. But mm, yeah, Travis, I've heard as much. Yeah, Lisa, like I said, I think it's really common. Like I've heard about it in Canada, but I think it's sort of like the UK and the Commonwealth countries. I feel like I feel like the states being the states would be like, oh yeah, our ex overlords are doing it. We're not gonna do that. Screw that. Like with favorite, we're not gonna have a U in our favorite anymore. That's not actually what happened, of course, but I think it's a lot more entertaining story. Boxing Day is when the peasants hit the shops for sales. I see. That's when the proles go out and sort of get their revenge on the bourgeoisie. Eating leftovers and watching bad movies. That sounds like a great day. I got to tell you, Travis. Well, so you. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's weird to see how, like, yeah, right, Posey. Damn it, Webster. How dare you? Uh, but yeah, it's weird to see. Yeah, yeah, Travis, our ex overlords. Remember the UK used to rule America. You know that old thing, 1776, fireworks, America, and whatnot. Take everything down before the new year. Yeah, that's sort of a foreign concept to me, dude. I mean, I think it makes sense because there's just so much stuff, and you want to take the presents out of there. You don't want to mess for the rest of the year. Clean slate before the new year. That makes sense to me. But yeah, in my family and probably in my town, I think the earliest in my town is probably end of January. People take things down, and then as a rule, I'm sure there's exceptions, but in my family, end of February, sometimes end of April. Like, or there was a year when all the Christmas trees stayed up and all the other decorations stayed up for the year. Ovary, yes. Ovula, other words for things. But yeah, I know we're meant to talk about the holidays, but I don't know. Since the majority of the viewers right now are from the UK, I feel like I feel like I would like to talk about something that is related to the UK, which is Carl Pilkington. He's been he's been such a comfort to me since I've been here, and I felt at times that I'm in India abroad. And so I turn on the old Netflix and I turn on Carl Pilkington and Idiot Abroad, and I'm sort of like I'm sort of is there sort of a conspiracy where Carl Pilkington is not actually Carl Pilkington? He's actually an actor being that guy, because I don't know how a person like that actually exists. Um, Having said that, I've been told by people from the UK that if you go to Manchester, that everybody who lives in Manchester is like Carl Pilkington. So I'd be really interested to hear what you guys have to say. Dude, you don't know who Carl Pilkington is? Well, I guess that kind of answers my question. That answers my question, dude. Oh, the same day, Roman. That seems wow. Wow. So do you like open your presents? You opening your presents, and then your mom's like, "Okay, hurry it up, hurry it up." Um, and then after you open your presents, she's just tearing down the tree. Is that how it works? If Carl Pilkington is like a representative of the Illuminati's like body, I think we're okay. I think we're safe from the Illuminati, quite frankly. Yeah, Travis, I imagine that's true. Probably just like any other reality show, right? I imagine that has to be true. I don't know. Maybe this is like an assumption from somebody outside the country that people that it's just as popular in the country as it is for people without. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. Just some of the things he says. It's like he's so wise, and then he says something immediately following it, and you're like, this guy's the biggest idiot ever, hence the name of the show, I guess. He said something the other day, right, where he didn't say it the other day, it was on a pre-recorded episode, and basically it was, it's a real shame if your dreams are better than your reality, right? Because your reality should always live up to or surpass your dreams. And it was really wise. And then he said something, I don't even remember what it was, but it was really, really stupid after the fact. So yeah. Yeah, see, I would believe that Pose is Illuminati before I believe that Carl Pilkington is Illuminati, quite frankly. Mm. Yeah, dude. I mean, the title is spot on. An Idiot Abroad. I think that's probably his most famous show, is An Idiot Abroad. And um, yeah, he's just like a really sort of ignorant guy visiting foreign countries and saying really offensive things about them, but also genius things at times. So, all right, guys. So I think we should start wrapping this up a little bit because we're now past an hour. So, maybe we should sing the song from The Sound of Music together. That so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, adieu. You know what I'm talking about. So, as my neighbor calls the cops on me because there's some random gaijin singing in the apartment next door. Nope, no one's there. Luckily, I think they went home for the holiday, so we're okay with our Julie Andrews inspired madness. Yeah, is Netflix live in the UK yet? I know they've been expanding quite a bit, but like for example, they're not available in Japan. I have to use a VPN service to be able to use them, the States version. Yeah, Travis, that's right. I guess he was like a pretty well known producer, and then Ricky was just like, this guy's just too much. And then sure enough, yeah. Ah, yes, Posey, sing along to The Sound of Music. So yeah, guys, before we listen, Posey, I made an effort. Okay, I made an effort. So yeah, guys, before we wrap it up, is there any more questions, anything else you'd like to mention about holidays in your neck of the woods, other things like that, before we go ahead and close it out for the day? Hula hoops. Oh, Hulu. Yes, indeed. And by the way, we will have another stream 2 weeks from today, which is on January 13th at 10 p.m. Japanese time, because we'll be back in working hours and stuff like that. So, alrighty then. Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. This has been really, it's been really awesome to see. We've had like a solid like 10 to 15 viewers, depending on the. Listen, Posey, there are different parts of that song, and I'm pretty sure one of them is goodbye, and there's one that's adieu. So don't judge me. But yes, it's been really cool to see the different. Um, we've had a lot of different viewers in here, which is cool. It's been cycling in and out, which is awesome. And yeah, I really enjoyed doing this. It's been cool to see you guys' comments, and thank you again, all of you who I've hung out with in the after parties and stuff like that for Hiko's show and things like that. It's been, yeah, Lisa, if you want to come on the next show, which is in 2 weeks, we could do like a, I don't know, we could do like a 2.5 Yaji style thing where I host, and or we could just talk back and forth about different topics. I think that'd probably be better. I'd love to have you on. So yeah, thanks guys. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. This has been fun. Um, Sorry that I needed a little liquid courage for the first one. I'll be a little bit more lucid next time, I'm sure. So, yes. Before we close this out, next time around, I want to do like user suggested ideas or topics for the show, right? So tweet at me either now or later, and you can hashtag it with something. We should do a name for this live stream, I guess. But for now, if you want to tweet at me and give me like a topic suggestion you want to talk about next time around, which again will be in 2 weeks, that'd be awesome. Yes, you have to wait a fortnight, Posey. Next week's my first week back to work, so it's going to be a little hectic. But yeah, Lisa, I'll send you like a private message on Twitter. And yeah, tweet at me your topic suggestions or just things you want to talk about briefly, whatever, questions. We can do like a mini Q&A section next time around. And that'll be so awesome, guys. So I'm going into my normal Charlie mode of digressing completely right now. So on that, thanks as always for watching, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please do that. There'll be more of these live streams, more of the other types of videos that I normally do. And it's so exciting to be able to do this finally. So have a great night. Have a very happy holiday. And I will talk to you guys soon. Cheers.